Art is so important just in society in general, but especially in communities like ours in Sioux Falls, because I believe that art breeds innovation. And if you want to grow as a community, you need to be inspired. And art is constantly inspiring. I think it just continually, it brings people together. Why isn't art important?
Well, I think art, generally speaking, is an extension of the human spirit. So I think that anytime you encounter work or art, you're encountering an extension of someone, and in particular the artist that made it. And so that connectivity that happens when you encounter and you experience and you appreciate, in some sense, the interaction with art, I think that heightens just the human experience and can move you in all sorts of ways.
I grew up in Sioux Falls, hung out downtown. Pavilion was one of those places. Once it opened, man, like, I felt like the Pavilion opening up downtown was like the first step into like the whole like downtown renaissance, you know, like when they turned that old school into that museum, I was there like every month as a kid. So like now that I got a show in there, I'm so proud. And the fact that it's a photography show, like it's like the best art museum in our state, and I get to represent photography.
The Washington Pavilion is probably one of a few art institutions in the state that is a premier place to show. And then for it to be located downtown is fantastic because it gets so much traffic and it's just sort of a cultural hub for this area of the state.
The Washington Pavilion is really the epicenter of creativity here in Sioux Falls. We as artists are pretty lucky to have a space like the Washington Pavilion. It really allows artists to show what they're capable of, and it really allows the public to really get in there and explore it for themselves. I've seen a lot of amazing shows come through, and it's been really inspiring.
For me as a art teacher, it's really easy to get bogged down with kind of the everyday. It's all my responsibilities as a teacher. So for me, art is a reprieve. I'm able to go crazy with whatever weird idea I have, and who knows what's gonna happen to it. Here it's all on display, but you know, a lot of times it's just in stacks in my studio. But being able to follow those weird ideas is invigorating for me, and I think that's true universally as well.
For me, art is the one way where I feel like I can say something. It lets me have a voice. It lets me express myself. Like, it's been 10 years of just shooting photos, right? And like every time I shoot a photo, I'm like, this is art. You know, like that's like if you've ever shot with me, I'm out here yelling, this is art all the time. Like that's how I hype myself up. And then now we're in a museum, so it is art, baby. It feels good.